Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Baton Rouge.
Thank you very much, Sister Jane. First of all, what we found as we come into location is a diamond in the rough. In the sense that, there's another big masjid that's being built. Probably the architecture is amazing, and probably the interior design and all that stuff is there. But we find Sister Jane over here that was in the room where they take care of the kids and they pray, and it's a multi-purpose room over there, and she is in a strong position to be able to talk about the contributions that the Muslims have made in this particular community, as well as the historical background. So again, thank you very much, Sister Jane.
Alhamdulillah, it's my privilege, my pleasure.
Can you tell us a little about, again, who you are and what your involvement is in the masjid and in the community?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. By the grace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the community I've been here for 16 years and served for 5.5 years as our community's Islamic school principal, pre-K through 12. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Also too, I'm considered leader amongst the women here and helping in program development, inshallah, in our masjid. Alhamdulillah.
That's very good. All right, and one of the things that we're trying to capture is, again, the impact that Muslims have been able to make on the surrounding neighborhoods and their communities, in the education sector, the business sector, and especially the social sector. We want to spend our resources and our time talking about who we are and what that means to everybody else.
Alhamdulillah. In the Baton Rouge community, the Muslim community here sponsors a transitional shelter for women, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. It's owned by ICNA Relief USA, which is the domestic arm of ICNA, providing social services and disaster relief services nationally.
Mm-hmm.
So here in the Baton Rouge area, ICNA Relief USA sponsors and is supported by the masjids here in Baton Rouge to provide transitional shelters for women, hunger prevention programs. We have a food pantry. We also do a hot feeding program. Social services for information referrals for families that need counseling or are in trouble financially. And also too, it's the headquarters for our national disaster relief services.
Wow, so we're here at the headquarters.
Well, not in the headquarters, but
right.
Near to it.
Right, so that's excellent. So again, describe a little bit about, maybe the history of this community, and you had said that, this particular masjid was very instrumental in laying the seed for the bigger masjid that is here now.
Inshallah, I know that the community is much older than the length of time that we've been here. My family's been here for 16 years.
Wow.
So we actually were one of those blessed with the privilege of turning the dirt with the building of the new mosque, which happened right after Hurricane Katrina, which was, this is our 10th year anniversary this year of Katrina. The community here has been a huge blessing, the Islamic community here, on their external community in providing shelter and feeding during times of disaster. Also with cleanup and debris removal and mucking and gutting out,
right.
chainsaws and so on and so forth. But also in welcoming non-Muslims into our communities to be able to do open houses and opportunities for sharing of what is Islam and what is not Islam,
mm-hmm.
and committing and communicating in relationships. We're very tightly bound into the disaster infrastructure here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have good relationships with the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness and the Mayor's Office, the sheriffs, and so on and so forth. There's relationships and communication that goes on with that kind of stuff.
That is excellent. What is the demographic makeup of your community, and what are the numbers, would you say?
Well, because we have such a good variety with Islamic international students,
right.
we are like an accumulation of multinationals. It's not like 70% of one and 30 of the other, but truly a good, diverse, well-balanced community. Of course, we have a lot of Arabs here. We also have a lot of Pakistani or Indo-Paks and Bengalis here as well. But we also have a lot of Turkish. We have Africans. We have American converts. It's a very growing and diverse community.
And that's what we like to see when we go to places. Can you tell us now, again, being a woman in the area, right? What is the role of women? And there's a spectrum there. As you go across the country, from one masjid to the other. How are the women, treated here, and what about their contributions? Can you speak to that?
Alhamdulillah, I can tell you that the female principal Turkish Niqabi of our Islamic school this year has 3 American-born second-generation Muslims that are teaching now in our Islamic school.
That's excellent.
And 2 of the 3 are female, 1 is male. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So we definitely see where the education and the opportunities and experiences are beginning to grow. But not only that, in our public school system, we also have two females, one male in the high school systems here as well, Muslims. Two of those are hijabis, and also a paraprofessional in one of the classrooms as well, who's also hijabi. So we're definitely getting out into the educational arena. Our previous principal for our Islamic school now works for our public school system.
Sure.
And she is in leadership with the English as a Second Language program
Right.
parish-wide, which is equivalent to counties in every other state.
Right, yeah.
So, and she's also hijabi and jilbabi.
MashaAllah.
So, mashallah, we're definitely holding our own in our small community. We don't really know the numbers of Muslims, as
Sure.
everyone knows in every other religion,
Right.
a smaller percentage attend the masjid. But I want to say it's probably somewhere around 4,000, 5,000 Muslims
Wow.
in the community overall,
Right.
inshallah.
So when we're talking about community, we're saying Baton Rouge area.
Yes, greater Baton Rouge area.
Okay, excellent, excellent. How many masjids are there?
There's five.
There's five.
There's 4 small and 1 large.
Okay.
There's 3 Sunni masjids, 1 Nation of Islam, and 1 Warithdin.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to going down to Kentucky, where one of my advisors and one of my really good friends, Dr. Ihsan Bagdi, is there, and he would be able to speak on that. Last thing that I'd like to ask you is what positive message that you would like to give, to the people who are going to be viewing this on social media and on our website throughout America and throughout the world, and again, understanding they're Muslim and non-Muslim alike.
All right, so I have 3 audience members. One is the Muslim community. Alhamdulillah, take this opportunity and time in this point in time today in your life to be the best example of a good Muslim that you can be. Step out of your masjid, out of your house, out of your school, and be a benefit to the community that you are living in, and where inshallah your children and your grandchildren will be born and plant seed that would bear good fruit and continue to bear good seed in America, inshallah. To Muslims overseas, know that America, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, and the Muslims who are living in America are trying their best to be the best of examples that were given to us by our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, carrying with them the torch of kindness, carrying with them the torch of strength, carrying with them the torch of integrity, inshallah, and trying to do our best, inshallah, inshallah. Keep us in your du'as, inshallah. And to the non-Muslims who live here in America, know that we're trying really hard. Alhamdulillah, we don't have the benefit of the huge Fox News media outlets, and we have definitely our adversaries from the topmost positions in our political world all the way down to those who are being fed misinformation and skewed information and lack of accurate and correct information, inshallah. The whole of the picture is not being told. But know that there are many of us that are out there and that are struggling hard and persevering.
Yeah. Thank you kindly. We're again very overwhelmed by your generosity, and this is one of the most articulate interviews that I've conducted, throughout the entire, journey so far, and I'm so happy that I found this gem. Thank you.
Inshallah.
All right.
Alhamdulillah.
Barakallah.